Right, we're on. Homer Kelly states that the flat left wrist is one of the imperatives, or the main imperative, of the golf swing. Bobby Clampett also talks about that in his Impact Zone book. So today we're going to cover that. We're going to cover the flat left wrist, but it's not just for full shots. Flat left wrist is an imperative for every shot. If you play golf left-handed, this applies to your right wrist. But today we're going to tackle that. We're going to talk about the flat left wrist, the compression, the forward shaft lean. It's all in there. This is going to help strike, not just with your full shots though. Today we're going to talk about putter. That's right, a flat left wrist when putting. Wow. So we know on full shots, at impact, there's forward shaft lean, down, 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 down into impact, forward shaft lean, the shaft leaning forward to take the loft off the golf club. This shaft leans forward, the loft comes off the club, and we get the compression. Now the left wrist becomes flat there, or becomes slightly bowed. Hogan talked about the back of the left wrist pointing towards the ground. I get that, I completely get that there. To allow that to happen, the back of the left wrist feels as though it points more to the ground, the shaft leans forward, and that is super flat. We want to get that as flat as we possibly can. Slightly bowed at impact, I mean that's class, but certainly flat, so there into a flat alignment at impact. Now that happens dynamically. When we putt, we don't have these movements, we don't have the body opening up, we don't have the turning, and that's what gives the flat left wrist on full shots. So on your full shot, your body rotates, comes down, 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 and there's the left wrist nice and flat or slightly bowed at impact. Because my belt buckle is towards target, because my body has opened up, that has assisted with that. That has allowed that left wrist to be in that position through the rotation of the body, having the body turn to allow that to happen. When we putt, that doesn't happen. But the left wrist needs to be flat. I was at the Open Championship this year at St Andrews, 150th, and I was watching Jordan Spieth. I've got some footage of Jordan, and his left wrist was super flat when he's putting. I know he putts with left hand down, so he's cack-handed if you like, or whatever you want to call it. What do you call that? Left below right? And the shaft of his putter leant forward as well, so arguably slightly de-lofted. Don't know if that's true or not, but certainly the left wrist was super, super flat, and I was looking into that. Why is that? How does that happen? So Jordan's here, gets his putter out, and he's down there, and he's a super, super flat left wrist, and an amazingly flat position. Jordan there. That's where Spieth is, he's there. But what I did notice was his left wrist is, or his left hand is super weak on the grip. So his left hand is rotated away from him towards target, down there, for him to get into that super flat position. Now that's what has to happen. Bobby Clampett talks about it in the impact zone. Left wrist rotated round, controls face, and gives you a little bit of forward shaft lean. There's no way that face can close over. If I take my address position here, this is a long putt on a wet green, and I do Jordan Spieth, so left hand down and round there, that's Jordan. I'm going to go traditional, so I'm just going to pull the hand up, but you can see there how much I've rotated that hand, so I can see the tops of my fingernails there, but it's so structured. So I'm there, and then right hand on. For me, that's traditional grip, left hand above right. But there's no way, there's nothing can happen with that club face now. I've got a little bit of forward shaft lean at address. Where am I going? I'm going up there. And there's no way that hand, there's no way the face can be manipulated at impact. It's such a solid structure. Yeah, it's classed as a weak grip when it comes to full shots, but in putting, what is a traditional putting grip? Oh my God, what is a traditional putting grip? How do you teach that? How do you teach somebody to putt? Do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do this? Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Is this right? Is that right? Are we there? Putting grips have got a mind of their own, haven't they? But that structure that Jordan has, that Spieth, Jordan, like I know the guy, let's go with it. That grip that Jordan has, I know his left hand's down, so this putter, I find it hard to put left hand down with this putter. Isn't that weird? You just look at a putter and naturally grip it in a certain way. But his left hand is turned so much towards target, and then from there, he has his little forward press, so that's his forward shaft lean, so that's effectively his body opening up. So he's there, little forward press before the putt, So that's his body opening up. Oh, Jordan. I've missed both of them on the top side. That's good putting. Right, we've sussed this. It's happening. The two very good putts, they're both a couple of feet past the hole. And we're a long way away here. But it's structured. I'm going to go back to my traditional grip because it feels more comfortable with this putter. Left hand rotated towards target. An amazing amount. An absolute amazing amount. So there's my left hand in traditional position. I'm rotating it round to there. And then apply my right hand on. There. And you can see the flatness of the left wrist. The more I turn that left wrist round and add in the forward shaft lean or the forward press, boom, there it is. And of course if the body was to open up now, there's impact. Structure. Here we go. Putter's on line. Hand on. Rotated to target. Take my grip. And a little press forward. Look at that. There it is. Through. 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 There is impact. And through. Again, we'll do Jordan. Jordan's down and round there. Little forward press. Bang. I'll move this up. There. Little forward press. You can see it. Little forward press. Bang. So incorporating your impact position there into your putting stroke gives you what Bobby Clampett and Homer Kelly talk about on every golf shot. We know on full shots we need that compression. We know we need that forward shaft lean, but we also need it on putters. But of course it's reduced. Everything's reduced when it comes to short game. I mean, if I'm playing a full, what have I got here, 8 iron, I'm set up to play full 8 iron and I'm playing golf. I'm hitting this ball 160 yards. If I've got an 8 iron chip shot where I need to carry the ball 5 yards, I don't set up for the full shot. I stand closer, I come down and I bring the ball closer and I'm carrying this ball 5 yards. Yet, the shaft still leans forward and the back of the left hand points more to the ground, or feels though it points to the ground. Hogan, supination, pointing to the left to the ground with the left hand, with the lead wrist. So that's effectively the putt. Same with the putter. There we go. Now because the body's not turning through, left hand rotates. There's that 8 iron chip, 5 yards. Wow. Think we can hold one of these before we go? I'm pretty sure we can. So I'm putting my left hand on now from underneath the grip. Now it's not completely under before you all freak out. That's where I'm going. I'm not coming on top, I'm not coming on side, I'm coming more from the left thigh under. So I'm putting my right hand on first. If I was on the course, this is how I would be doing it. Left hand under, there we go. Shaft lean forward or forward press. And we're good. Just needs a little bit more than that, but such a structured club face. Again, under, round, forward press. It's got a chance. They're all good putts from such a long range effort. There we go. Please leave comments below. Let me know if that was helpful to you. The flat left wrist is one of the imperatives of the golf swing. Homer Kelly talks about it. Bobby Clampett talks about it. Ben Hogan talks about the supination of the left wrist. All good ball strikers have that position. I remember reading Darren Clark talking about when he plays golf, he has 90 or 70 shots around, he has 2 pure strikes in a round. He reckons roughly 2 pure strikes, and he includes putts in that. So if he's including his putts, I mean 70 shots, and he's including putts in there for pure strikes, it shows you how hard the game is. Now the forward shaft lean, the flat left wrist, all are imperative. So if you can introduce that into your putting, as Darren Clark does as well, that will be part of your 2 pure strikes per round. You'll feel the difference immediately. You'll absolutely feel it. The Jordan Spieth video that I got at the Open Championship is fantastic. That's a good thing to refer to. You can see how weak the left hand is, or how rotated the left hand is to encourage that flat left wrist. It's structured. You'll not know until you feel it. So get your putter, get on that putting green, give it a try, and I'll see you in my next video.